Hey everybody, got another easy component you can create using Gutenberg blocks, and one that I have seen on a lot of websites and have been asked to make for a lot of websites. It's the tabbed section. So there's different variations of this. There's horizontal tabs, vertical tabs, but they all follow the same basic principle. You click on a tab, it shows a piece of content. You click on another tab, switches the content, and you can switch between them within the same section. So let me show you how I would set this up using Gutenberg blocks. I'll start with a group. This is going to be our container for the entire tabbed component. And then inside of that, we will add another group. This will contain our tabs. And for tabs, we're just going to use some paragraphs. Tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3. And then jump into the list view here. You can see what we have going on. And then the next group is going to be a group block. And this is going to contain all the tab content. And the way we handle this is tab 1, 2, and 3. The content's going to be in the same order. So we'll have a group, and we'll duplicate that twice. So now we have 3 groups, 3 tabs. So let's go ahead and add some content. We'll add an image. We'll add, alright. We'll add some text. Tab 2 content. And then in this one we'll add, I don't know, a list. Stuff. Great. And then let's go ahead and add some helper classes. So we'll have tabbed section. And then this group that holds the tabs will be tabs. And then this group will be tab content. Great. So now we know what we're doing there. We'll go ahead and publish that and see what we got in the front end. Okay, so we have our tabbed section. We have the tabs right here. We have the content for tab 1, tab 2, and tab 3, all in this section. Now, let's go ahead and get some styling going. So, we'll add our tab section, we'll add our tabs, and then we'll add our tab content. By default, we want all the tabbed content to be display none. So we're going to target the group blocks, and we're going to do display none by default. And then we'll add our flag inside of them right here. Engage, display block. So now the tab content will be visible if it has the class engage. And we'll do the same thing for tabs. We're going to add some styles here. Now, just so we know that the tabs are actually active, the tab that you're on, we'll go ahead and target the p tags with an engage flag, and we'll change the color to red. So if it's active, we'll make it red. And if this is active, it's shown. And that's the basis for this. And then what we're going to do is, by default, we want the first tab to be shown. So you'll see all the content's gone and nothing is red. So we'll go into here and we'll manually add the classes that we will be using JavaScript to add later on. So now what we want to do is make the first tab default to on. So we're going to add our engage class to the first tab, with just a paragraph block. And then we're going to go to our first group. And we're going to also add the engage class. Okay. And now when we refresh, the tab is red and the first content is showing. So now all we have to do is add some JavaScript. So let's go ahead and jump in here. We're going to add a new function for tabbed sections. Okay. So what we want to do, loop through each tab section, add its control separately. That way you can have multiple tab sections in different, styles. So we'll get tabbed sections equal document.query selector all. And then we'll do tabbed section. So if the tab section exists, we're going to go ahead and loop through them using our for each. And that's a tab section. We'll get the singular. And then now we're in the tab section itself. So we'll start adding the click events. And now the click events are going to go for the tabs. So we'll do tabs equals tab section, query selector all, and we'll do P because our tabs are just P. And you can use anything. You can use buttons. You can use, links, whatever. But make sure you're targeting the tabs like this. And if the tabs exist, we'll do the same thing. We'll for each through them. We got a tab. Okay. And now let's add our click event. So the click event's going to go on each tab, which is an event listener. Okay. And now what happens is we also want to know the index of the tab that is being clicked. So what we'll do here is we'll add the index, because what we're going to do is we're going to use that index number to decide which tab content to show. So for that, we're going to go ahead and add the tabbed content here. So each section gets its own. Tabbed content equals tabbed section, query selector all, just like the tabs. And that's going to be tab content, and then WP block group. Okay. So now this is going to grab all the groups inside the tab content. And now the index will correspond. So on click, we're going to add a engage class to the tab to make it red. But first we got to remove the previous one. So to do that, we'll do const current tab equals document equals tab section dot query selector, and it's going to be the tabs p dot engage. So that's the current one. And what we're going to do with that, always check if it exists, we're going to remove the class. So class list, remove, engage. So now none of the tabs are going to have engage. And then we'll go ahead and add the class to the current tab that we clicked on. So let's do class list, add, engage. So now when we click on the tab, it'll remove the current engage one and make a new one. And that'll go vice versa for all of them. And what we also want to do is get the current tabbed content. So we'll do the same thing. Const current content, tabbed section, query selector, same thing. And it's going to be tab content dot WP block group engage. So if the current content exists, we'll do the same thing. We're going to remove the class. Remove engage. Awesome. Great. And then let's add the engage class to the current tab that we want. Now we're going to get that by using the index. So it's going to be tabbed content index, and then class list, add engage. And that's it. So now we're running through each one. When you click on the tab, it removes the current, adds the new. And it should all work nice and smoothly. So now if I click on 2, I spelled something wrong. Oh, shit. Alright. Well, looks like I messed up there. Let's go ahead and change this to current content. And now it should work. Alright. And there we go. Now you're tabbing through. And again, this can be styled any way you want. You can make it vertical, so you have tabs like this. You can make it horizontal across the top, make these buttons, whatever. But this is the basis for tabbed content. So I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Have a great day. Thanks.